If we are suffering now, it might be due to bad deeds we did in our past lives. What you do comes back to you. That's the law of the universe, the golden truth, the law of karma. So in the previous video, we talked about the karmic cycle, how to break a karmic cycle, and how we can upgrade ourselves at the soul level. We also discussed how to stop reacting automatically to things and the situations and start responding thoughtfully using our free will. And in this video, I want to share that karma is not the cause of everything which is happening in our lives and the things around us. Not all our experiences are due to karmic results, which is from the past lives. And we shouldn't judge others based on that belief. There are people who are struggling now aren't necessarily those who have done bad karma. And those who are extremely rich and successful aren't necessarily those who have done only good karma. There are many hidden factors behind these situations. And once we understand what it means to be human, we will realize how limited our perception is. We might feel like we know everything, but actually our senses are very limited. Our eyes can only see things which in the visible light spectrum and can't even detect things beyond that or below that, like infrared rays, ultraviolet rays. And in the case of hearing also, we can hear sounds within the frequency range of 20 Hertz to 20,000 Hertz. And beyond that, we can't hear anything. This shows how limited humans are. And with these limitations, we are trying to discover and understand the world. Everything is a perspective, not the absolute truth. Even what I'm saying now is just a perspective. And if it resonates with you at a soul level, you can accept it. And if not, don't feel compelled to follow it. There are many paths in spirituality, many gurus, many methods. Not everyone takes the same route, but the destination is the same. I am saying this because we are very limited beings. We live in a three-dimensional world. And imagining an event, anything in the fourth dimension itself, is impossible for us. Even if we try to think of an object in the fourth dimension, we can only visualize it in a three-dimensional form. And this shows us how limited we are. And when we see various events, like differently abled people, starving individuals who are in poverty, we shouldn't judge them instantly based on karmic reasons. There are many sacrifices, events happening at a level we cannot even imagine. So today I am going to talk about 3 karmic effects. I believe that listening to this, you will experience a shift in your thinking. Before we begin, for those who are still unclear about karma, it refers to actions and their consequences. We operate under the principle of cause and effect. If we do good things in a past life or this one, good things will come to us in the future also. If we are suffering now, it might be due to bad deeds we did in our past lives or at some point of our life. What you do comes back to you. That's the law of the universe, the golden truth, the law of karma. Just like we discussed in the last video, we have returned to earth, and here we face many sufferings, challenges. It's not all about karma. There are other factors involved. And the first factor is evolution, evolving through pain. We can only grow by facing certain difficulties in our life. If you are progressing spiritually, you will encounter many challenges because you are resolving your karmic debts at a very high speed. To advance further, you need to upgrade your soul. As a human being, you need to evolve. And as a soul and human being, you will face severe challenges. And these challenges are not due to sins or actions from your past lives, but which are necessary for your evolution. And second one is neutralizing world karma. We can observe, like, there are some sages, some saints. We see that they undergo tremendous, extreme suffering, which we can physically and materially observe. They are not neutralizing their own karma, but the karma of the world, and which is a unique category. The vast amount of bad karma in this world causes many problems, and these sages or saints take on a significant portion of it. As a result, they endure a great deal of suffering and the capacity to withstand what an ordinary person cannot. Now, regarding Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is a prime example for this. Despite being a divine figure who performed so much good karma and healing, it is said that at the end, when Jesus was captured and placed on the cross, he took on everyone's suffering, everyone's sins. This illustrates a deeper teaching and demonstrates a quality that ordinary people cannot easily embody. As I mentioned earlier about karma, at this very moment, you are experiencing the result of all your actions from many lifetimes. If you want positive outcomes in the future, it depends on what you do now. Karma is not fate. It is the actions you take, your free will. You are given free will. When a situation arises, how you handle it using your free will, which is very crucial. As mentioned in the last video, how you respond to situations determines your karma. If you handle it positively, without harming anyone, and generate positive situations, positive karma, then you are actually creating a positive future for yourself. Actually, you are your own creators. So we discussed two main points. The first point is that we experience certain challenges to help us spiritually evolve. And the second one is about sages or saints who undergo a tremendous suffering to neutralize world karma. The third point is about sacrifice. There are souls willing to make great sacrifices. For example, there was a Bodhisattva who, upon reaching enlightenment and approaching nirvana, said, "I will not pass into nirvana until everyone on this earth has attained enlightenment." This is a quality only divine souls possess. The Bodhisattva returns to earth not in the physical body, and he guides many individuals towards the spiritual path during their meditation, intuitively, and in many other ways, still helping people to evolve and to become spiritually more aligned. And there is a story, an example of sacrifice. It's by the author of the book Embraced by the Light, who had a near-death experience. A near-death experience is like it occurs when someone is very close to dying and has an outer body experience and sees visions out of this world to another realms. Here in this case, this author was shown by higher beings a drunkard man, a completely drunkard, is completely lost, and the author naturally asked the higher beings why this drunken man was shown to her. And the higher beings replied, asking her to observe the drunken man. Despite his poor state, shabby clothing, he is totally unconscious on the road, a tremendous light, a tremendous love radiated from him. The author couldn't initially connect with this because his appearance is totally opposite. However, there was a powerful consciousness and love and energy spreading from the presence. And when she asked why this man ended up this way, the higher beings explained that he came to earth as a great sacrifice. In the higher realms, he was a much loved, highly purified soul. They further explained that everyone has a soul family. Our souls are already connected in a group, just like our friends. That's why we instantly feel connection with some people in this life and may feel a negative vibe with others. This indicates that many things from our past lives are still connected. So in the case of this drunken man, and this light being had a friend who is still on earth with more reincarnations to go through. The drunken man chose this particular life as a sacrifice to accelerate his friend's advancement. Now, this friend of his, who is a police officer, is a very compassionate and generous person despite his profession. And a situation arises where the drunken man ends up in an accident and the police officer has the chance to save him, and by doing so the officer performs so much good karma by saving this drunken man and providing necessary financial help. This incident creates an automatic connection due to their past life relationship, facilitating an opportunity to generate a lot of good karma. The drunken man chooses this life for such a significant sacrifice. Therefore, before judging someone, we need to reconsider the backstory and the sacrifices involved. Another important point is that in this three-dimensional world, neither the drunken man nor the police officer are aware that they are friends or this life was chosen for such a purpose. Everything seems completely washed out, completely hidden from their view. Yet this sacrifice was chosen for a reason. Our society's judgments are often misguided. Before judging, we should think about the many dimensions and perspective that we might not see. Actually, we need a soul perspective to understand that not all healthy people have done good karma. Not all differently abled people have done bad karma. Wealthy and successful individuals are not necessarily those who have done good karma. And those who are in poverty are not necessarily have done bad karma. These are just human perspectives, and we need a soul perspective to truly understand what's really happening.